All right, welcome back, everybody. This coming Monday, January 19th, is Martin Luther King Day. And join me at this time are two gentlemen to weigh in on the legacy of Martin Luther King and what his legacy means in terms of current events in today's political spectrum. Join me from Washington, D.C. is a founding member of Project 21, Bishop Council Nedd. Bishop Nedd, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on again.
And joining us via telephone from Opelousas, Louisiana, is a good friend of the show, State Senator Albert Guillory. Senator Albert Guillory, welcome back.
Good afternoon. It's great to be back with you.
All right, gentlemen. You know, we just saw the news here recently that the Republican-controlled Congress has voted to overturn President Obama's vote on action on immigration. And we had a guest earlier in the show, a Republican, who said, you know, that's fine and dandy, but what it lacks messaging to the American people. If there's not a proper message, other than wonkish political message that connects to people, the majority of American peoples will oppose the Republicans on this vote. I want to start with you, Senator Albert Guillory of Louisiana. Martin Luther King Jr. and his wife, Coretta Scott King, had some very specific opinions and beliefs on immigration in America as it relates to the plight of Black America.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. We are warm, loving, sharing people, and we're willing to give the shirts off our backs. But right now, we don't have shirts. And at the time of Dr. King's work, we did not have shirts. Right now, our education, our safety, our job situation, they're all at the bottom of the barrel. And to bring new Americans and help them up the ladder of life, without taking care of the people who are here just doesn't make sense. We just have to take care of the people who are here first. Charity just starts at home.
Bishop Council Nedd, if you were advising John Boehner in a Republican Party, based upon this immigration vote here in the last 24 hours, would you have any specific advice to them on how to properly message and connect with certain demographic groups in America?
Well, yeah, I couldn't hear the senator's comments, but you know, I think one of the things is quite clear to me. Obviously, Dr. King, he was a pastor. He held theological beliefs, and it's certainly scriptural on its basis, just to say that, you know, charity does begin at home. We need to care for people here at home before you start worrying about people outside of the house. And so I understand, you know, why this immigration issue is uncomfortable for a lot of people, myself included. You know, what I would probably tell Senator Boehner is that you need to hold the course on certain things. Some things are worth fighting for. But again, you know, we need to make sure that everyone here is provided for. Again, you know, in my lifetime, I don't know that I've seen this much racial tension. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to realize, you know, I was born in the late 60s, that, you know, I don't know that racial tensions have been this high in this country in my entire lifetime. And, you know, if the election of President Obama is somehow some sort of fulfillment of Dr. King's dream, you know, maybe at this point Dr. King's dream has become a nightmare, a horrible nightmare that's sort of run amok. You know, there are a lot of hurting people in this country right now. There are a lot of people that are upset. There are a lot of people who are ill at ease for a variety of different reasons, which in my opinion all fall on President Obama's lap.
How so? How so? Before we go to Albert Guillory, how do they fall on President Obama's lap?
Well, I mean, if he's the President of the United States, you know, he's got the bully pulpit. He's in a position to stand up and speak with authority about certain issues, about all issues that affect people in this country. And what does he tend to do? You know, he's still playing pandering games. He's still pandering to people. You know what? He's not up for re-election. Come back. Now would be the time for him to stand up, speak with authority, and say, this is what I really believe, this is what I really want to do. But again, he's still playing politics. And, you know, it's kind of funny because at this point, President Obama sort of reminds me of the character in Django Unchained, the Samuel L. Jackson character, Stephen. you know, he seems like he's got a lot of authority, but really he just seems to be doing bidding of some sort of unknown master and putting on a show for people.
That is a great analogy, Bishop Council Nedd. I love that analogy. Let's go to Albert Guillory, Louisiana State Senator in Opelousas, Louisiana, via telephone. Monday is Martin Luther King Day. I agree with Bishop Council Nedd. I have not seen this much racial division in my lifetime. Of course, we've made a lot of progress since Martin Luther King's days. I thought personally America was beyond all the racial division we currently see, but clearly we're not. What do you believe Martin Luther King Jr. would say about race relations in America today if he were still with us?
I think that he would cry. I think that he would be very saddened. His heart would be very heavy at these particularly the people who are professional race baiters who go around stirring up, making every incident into a racial situation. We really need to back off that, and we need to dispatch those soapbox artists back to the soapboxes and away from the media and away from our people.
And you have said many times in the past that Al Sharpton is one of those professional race baiters.
Yes, I have said that, and I continue to say it.
If let's go to Bishop Council Nedd in Washington. What does Martin Luther King Day mean to you, Bishop Nedd?
Well, it means lots of things to me. You know, several members of my family, a lot of clergy in my family, but some of them have very close relations with the King family. So it's sort of a special day in that regard. But again, in some ways, it's the culmination of a dream. It's recognizing the efforts of a man who, through peaceful means, fought for equality for everyone. And, you know, this peaceful individual who didn't raise his hand to anybody publicly or say things that were incited riots or violence was killed because of his beliefs. And, you know, I think it's proper that the country should honor a man like that who used peaceful means and methods to reach the end that we're in now, where, you know, there's equality in the eyes of the law. There's educational opportunities for everyone. And a lot of the things that existed in the year that I was born are completely foreign and anathema to most young people coming up today. So I think it's right to honor him. But we shouldn't dishonor him by still pretending that certain things are problems when they really aren't problems anymore. By allowing people like Sharpton and Jesse Jackson to stand up and
in the interest of
cause
time,
discontent just for the sake of causing discontent.
Right. In the interest of time, I want to jump in there. Albert Guillory, in less than a minute, can you tell us? You once told me here on this show that Martin Luther King Jr. wanted to see both major parties, Republican and Democrat Party, compete for the black vote, not just lay down and automatically get it. What advice might you have to the RNC, to the Republicans in general, what they can do better in order to be more competitive in earning the vote of black people across America?
Two things. They need to reach out and go into black communities and let black people see Republicans and know that they do not have tails and horns. And also they need to talk about the policies that Republicans bring to the table that are superior to the policies of Democrats. If we do that, I believe that we will not have a black community putting all of its eggs in one rotten basket.
All right. State Senator of Louisiana, Albert Guillory, Bishop Council Nedd of Project 21, I thank you for joining us.